Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bowling Green for the raising of the Puerto Rican flag high over New York City. I'm Arthur Piccolo, chairman of the Bowling Green Association, and we're honored to have our mayor here today. First, I want to say a few words about this flag, this Puerto Rican flag, because it's important. Back in 1996, a second flagpole was donated to Bowling Green by the Greek community, which the mayor has spoken so eloquently about recently. And as a result of that donation, for the first time ever, we were able to raise the flags of other nations here at Bowling Green, and we have been doing so ever since. A group of building workers in 26 Broadway, New York Puerto Ricans, came to me early on and said, hey, let's raise the Puerto Rican flag here at Bowling Green. And I said, fine, but we don't have a 12-foot by 8-foot Puerto Rican flag. And these building workers at Bowling Green who worked on the staff there, they got together, 5 or 6 of them, and they raised the $300. And we purchased this very Puerto Rican flag. And we used to come out here before the parade without any ceremony, without any pomp, and we would come out with a ladder, and they would religiously, for quite a few years, raise the Puerto Rican flag in honor of the Puerto Rican community and the parade. After a number of years, they ended up going on to other jobs, and I changed my office, and I had this flag packed away, and I forgot about it, honestly. And it was only recently, about a month ago, that I realized, looking for something, that we still have this great Puerto Rican flag. And I was able to get in contact with Luis Maldonado and the members of the committee, and we have worked with him and Jose Rodriguez, and we have had this event today because of their cooperation. It's an honor and a pleasure to work with them. And before I introduce, and by the way, from now on, let it be resolved that the Puerto Rican community on the Friday before the parade will always return to Bowling Green and raise this flag forevermore. In introducing the mayor, let me say a few words. There have been 6 mayors since the Bowling Green Association was created in the mid-1980s. And I often asked all those mayors about coming to Bowling Green for events, whether flag raising or other events. 6 mayors. Only one time did any of the previous mayors ever come to Bowling Green. Mayor David Dinkins came once. Mayor Eric Adams has only been mayor less than 6 months, and he has already been here for 3 flag raisings. But what's more important than that is that this mayor, unlike any other mayor in history, I look at his schedule every day, he travels the city constantly, promoting our city. He goes to big, important events. He goes to local events. He speaks at forums, at graduations. This is not a typical mayor. This is not a status quo mayor. It's a very self-confident mayor we need, and although we know he wants to be New York City's greatest mayor, he's on his way. It may not be time for him to claim the title yet, but he's well on his way to becoming the greatest mayor in the history of the city of New York. It's my pleasure to introduce Mayor Eric Adams.
I need to take you everywhere. You know that? No, and I just want to thank Arthur. You know, when you come down here to Bowling Green, really the seat of power in our country. Millions of people line up here to take the picture of the bull because they know that we are bullish on how much we love our city. And this is such a significant place. And when Arthur allows us to do this, it tells New Yorkers, no matter what background, if we were here for other groups to raise the flag, it's a way of saying that you are part of the city. This is a powerful place. And all those who are visiting, let's not get it mixed up. New York City is the most powerful city in the most powerful country on the globe. Yes, and we need to understand our power. And so to Louis and Yasmin and all who are here to raise the flag, we wanted to be a part of this to show our Boricua and how important we think it is, and know that this city says, mi casa, su casa. This is your city, this is our city, and we're here together. And this is an important time. I'm looking forward this weekend. I'll be at the festival. I'm going to be marching in the Parade of Parades on Fifth Avenue. You know, the Puerto Rican community, you just take Fifth Avenue. And this weekend on Sunday, I'm looking forward to being there as we, move forward. When you look at the numbers, over 750,000 members of the Puerto Rican community is here. 65th anniversary of this parade and festivity. It's just a powerful moment that the Puerto Rican community has played a major role in building this city in so many levels. Puerto Rico, we were in Puerto Rico last year doing Somos and meeting with the mayors, and today I met with the head of the Senate to talk about how do we establish real relationship with Puerto Rico. How do we not have this once a year symbolic relationship, but how do we change culture, business? How do we change with our young people? How do we get it right in a real way? So I'm proud to be here to raise this powerful flag here in downtown Manhattan, the seat of our power, our strength, and the symbol of who we are. Not far from Wall Street, we're saying that this flag is going to fly on our street, and it's darn sure going to fly along Fifth Avenue on Sunday. Thank you. Mucho gracias.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The mayor has a busy schedule, so we're going to, rather than wait to the end to raise the flags, we're going to raise the flag soon. I would like to introduce Luis Maldonado, who is the chair of the National Puerto Rican Day Parade Committee and also the Master of Ceremonies for today's event. Luis.
So we're going to sing? She's going to sing? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It's a pleasure to be here on this glorious day to celebrate 65 years of cultural pride, preservation, and legacy. And before I get into more remarks, I wanted to go ahead and introduce the talent that's going to be singing the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, as well as La Borinqueña, so we can get the flag raising underway. This is Yasmin Morales Vincent, Arts and Culture Coordinator at El Puente, and she is joined by a drummer, what's your drummer's name? Alejandro Fundora. Okay, you can take it away.
No, we in New York.
Maybe, hopefully see your murder flag.
All right, yo voy a empezar con el himno de los Estados Unidos. Ya started?
Hold on, just wait a second till they come. Okay.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose brown stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Just wait till they untangle it and they go.
Suka. La nacido yo. Es un jardín florido de mágico primor, un cielo siempre nítido le sirve de dosel y dan arrullos plácidos las olas a sus pies. Nosotros queremos la libertad y exclamar llenos de admiración: vámonos, borinqueños, vámonos ya. Es Borinquen la hija del mar y el sol. Las playas son del pueblo, esa es la linda tierra que busco yo. Es Borinquen la hija del mar y el sol, 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 del mar y el sol. Que viva Puerto Rico y seamos solidarios con las personas que están allá.
The mayor has to leave now because, as I told you, he has a very busy schedule. We thank him for coming. I'm sure he'll be back again next year for this great event. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Sit down now, or? No. Well, you can if you like. I'll bring you back up. Again, thank you, Mr. Mayor, for always being such a powerful leader and for always working to create more connections with the New York Puerto Rican community and the Latino community as well. I also want to thank two other key individuals that are here today from the mayor's administration: the commissioner for the Department of Aging and one of the parade board members, Lorraine Cortez Vasquez, as well as Jose Bayona, who's the executive director of the Mayor's Office of Ethnic and Community Media. It's a brand new position within the Adams administration. It is with whose mission is really to ensure that small and minority-owned businesses here in New York are able to work in the marketing and media sphere for the city, to promote the city. And so, Jose, thank you very much. I'm not sure, he's right over here. I'd also like to recognize some additional key individuals. Parade board member Vinny Torres, who's around here somewhere. Vinny Torres. And next, and then Victor Rivera, another parade board member. And then right now I'd like to bring up to the stage a dear friend, a parade partner and collaborator over the years, George Torres, who's the head of and founder of Sofrito Media Group, to share some words related to this cultural moment and to his organization. Boricua. Ready?
Love and Sofrito.